Okay. Alright, so I know this might seem a little bit weird and random and everything like that, but I'm going to try and explain things, in this stream, and I figured I'd do a bit of a stream and everything like that, just to kind of, you know, do it, in all in like one go, and I didn't have to worry about like, making it as like a video and then trying to upload it to YouTube, here on YouTube and everything like that. But first things first, I just kind of want to say that no, I am not moving to YouTube to, my live streaming and all that. I'm mainly just doing this. I'm mainly just doing like a little stream here on YouTube because I wanted to kind of like do a little bit of an update thing, but I wanted to kind of like do it as a video. Well, I wanted to do it as like a bit of like a video, but through the power of live streaming, so I could, just like I can be able to do it, and I can be able to, fill in all the stuff, later on after, after everything's all said and done. So, for those that don't know, I am Mr. Rumble Roses, and this is my YouTube channel and everything. And the reason why I'm doing this stream is because I wanted to do a little bit of an update thing for everyone. And I would have done it on, I probably could have done it on Twitch, but I was like, this is, not really something I want to kind of do via, Twitch. I was like, do it on YouTube, because YouTube has, because basically YouTube is another option that I can be able to do live streaming towards, with, the PS4 and everything. But anyway, so I wanted to talk to you guys about the situation mostly with like the constant uploads and stuff that I've been doing from like my Twitch to YouTube. So, excuse me, my throat's kind of a little bit iffy, but for those that don't know, Twitch is pretty much doing a thing that they're shoving down our throats because because of course they are, and they're doing things that that we as people didn't ask for, along with things that we didn't even want or need and everything like that. But in a nutshell, Twitch is now pretty much forcing us to do a thing to where we can only have 100 hours worth of highlights slash VODs that we save to our Twitch channel and everything. And I think sometime in April, which is, I believe it's like next month from now, since I'm doing this in like, what is it, like March or something. Um, but yeah, like, I'm kind of, but yeah, like sometime in April, we're gonna be doing a bit of a thing towards like, once the certain deadline is reached, that they're going to be deleting God knows how many streams, depending on like certain situations, which we don't really know exactly as to how they were going to really do it. Some people speculated that like it's going to be based on like time length. Others probably going to be like how many views certain things have gotten, this, that, and the other. Now, for me, I had streams up the wazoo. For those that don't know, um, I used to stream via my PC through the power of action. But things started kind of going a little bit iffy to where I couldn't be able to really do a stream through action, and everything because, like, sometimes because oftentimes like either A, things would kind of slow down almost to a crawl sometimes, and end up like crashing my stream overall, or um, or like the whole situation of like, oh, there's I can't really like you can't be able to see anything, and it's like sometimes it might be like just like a green screen or something like that. And I was just like, you know what, as much as I want to be able to do like PC stuff and everything like that, it's just like I can't really seem to do it. So I was like, and because of how I now have a PS4, which I had for um, quite a few years at this point. I want to say like maybe around 3+ at most. I've been just doing console streams, directly from my PS4. Give me a sec. And I even gotten to the point where it's just like, I'm just going to like, just not upload the rest of my PC streams that I didn't post on my YouTube, and just leave them on Twitch, because it's like, because I'm only one person, that's running my own channel. Like, sure, I have mods and stuff like that, but there's only so much you can be able to do, and at the end of the day, it's like, you know, it's all about you, the channel owner, doing certain things involving like, your streams and stuff like that. So I just thought, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to just, leave my rest of my PC streams on my Twitch channel and just work on uploading my streams that I did from my PS4, like from when I first started, like, with my Bloodborne stream, all the way up to, whatever I did last. But with Twitch doing this new stupid ass thing that they're doing, I had to really think about things. Um, I had to think about things about like, what I was going to try and, upload, figure out like if there was like a limit to, to exporting, like from Twitch to YouTube, because I thought maybe that there might have been. Then it's like, after doing some slight little research, it's like, oh, apparently that it's not really the case. Like, oh, I didn't have to really worry about like a limit. And because of that, I've been uploading like fucking crazy. Um, Hence why, if you go to my channel currently, if you go to my channel as of, this stream and everything like that, um, everything's kind of like all over the place. Sometimes like, some video, some highlights / vlogs, from like later times got uploaded more before certain others and everything like that. Because of, it's like they're doing, because like, I have to do the whole like fucking processing thing, from like go from one place to another, and then, do this, that, and the other. And it was quite a hassle. Like, it was really quite a hassle. And like, I was trying like hopefully maybe, go through, and, upload everything from my PS4 side of things on Twitch, to YouTube, but there was just no fucking way. Especially because of how I had like, streams and everything from all the way like back in 2023, where it's now 2025 and everything like that. So I had to like, literally go from like my oldest stream. Like I literally had to like go from like my oldest stream that I had saved on my YouTube channel all the way to all the way to my newest thing that I had last saved as a highlight, because past broadcast stuff didn't affect the whole situation. So what I did was, like I looked through, from bottom to top, from the bottom onwards. Look about like seeing which streams I did and like what certain streams I did and which ones I wanted to keep as like yeah, as like to preserve them, to keep them, and everything like that, because there was quite a lot of things that I did, like from first playthroughs to collabs to doing certain modes and things like that. Um, even when I did stuff like say, even when I did stuff like say, making my friend Pay here in Elden Ring as like a little, as like a little fan run, because I made her in Bloodborne and I made her in Elden Ring and everything like that. Like there were certain things that I wanted to keep, and while others it's like, well, I don't mind if I, lose those or if I, get rid of those. Um, I've been like up all day, up all night, kind of thing, trying to figure out like, what I can do, how much, like, what, like which ones I want to build, like which ones I want to do, which ones I want to save, which ones I would be okay, to, not really miss that much, things like that. And quite recently, I managed to actually get under the 100-hour limit. I think I'm at like around 72 hours or something at most because um because I got rid of like a lot of all the I got rid of like the streams and stuff from 2023 and 2024. From like the ones that I managed to upload to the ones I didn't really care about uploading and all that. And I did go through some of my stuff in 2025, my highlights and whatnot to, see about like which one to be like, okay, do I want to keep this, do I want to keep this and, preserve it on YouTube, or, do I want to, just be like, say, fuck it, this is just like a little something for fun, I don't mind getting rid of it, or whatever, and just go from there. But yeah, like I managed to get everything that I wanted to thus far, from like past stuff. You know, I'm pretty much like I'm making some progress overall. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Um, it's kind of like one of the steps out of God knows how many that I'm trying to do. Another thing I'm trying to do is like, trying to go through like certain streams, that are on the channel and see about like, doing certain, like thumbnails and stuff like that, whether it be like from, custom thumbnail stuff that I, put, over on the thing, to represent that, video slash, VOD stream, or, use whatever, whatever the thumbnails provided from what, YouTube has captured within like certain moments and everything. I'm also trying to like do a thing where it's like, I update my streams playlist, to include everything, from like a certain point onwards that I didn't post to the playlist, all in there and then some. Now, another thing I'm trying to do is I'm also trying to see about which ones, or about like, which videos slash, VODs are, gonna kind of give me problems because there were some, streams that I uploaded where it was like, technically partially blocked, but they said it didn't affect my channel, like, it was like, oh, we're gonna be like a strike or something like that, so, and I think like the first instance that I kind of caught that was during what was one of my Dead by Daylight streams where I was playing Survivor and I think it was either like Sable Ward or Tori Kane having the Iron Maiden shirt, as a cosmetic, and I had like the thing where it's like, oh, if you have that specific little thing on, then a certain Iron Maiden song would play, and you know, and all that. I think I think what I managed to do there was I think I managed to have it like auto trim, to where it's like I didn't have to, fucking worry about that because I think like it wasn't real because I think that wasn't really a thing that I didn't have to worry about as far as like like missing content, for like what you guys were going to see or whatever. Um, another stream that I kind of remember seeing. I don't know which one it was, but I don't know for sure about which one it was, but I think it was one of my Injustice 1 videos, streams, where it said it was partially blocked in some areas or something, because of a certain song. I think that like, might, I think it was like a certain song that played around like at the end credits or something like that. So I was like, okay, well I'm going to try and fucking, mute this portion so I won't have to worry about any bogus ass claims, down the road because sometimes the copyright system can be pretty broken. You think like, because sometimes like, you think about like, like one more you think, oh, this is just a minor thing. It's like, oh, it's like just, copyright claim, but it's still available for everyone to see. And next thing you know, boom, you get like a fucking strike. Video gets taken down, and hell, I've even had moments in time. I've had moments where in my past, like, I've had moments in the past where I haven't even had like the fucking 3 strikes, scenario to where my YouTube channels back then would get wrongfully suspended. And still to this day, I've never got a thing back, about like, getting them restored or heard anything back from YouTube. Like, oh yeah. So, so I'm also kind of like, trying to see about like, which ones that I need to kind of, do some slight little editing for or whatever. So, that's kind of like the next step. So basically it's like this, I completed one step where I get the majority of the past streams that I wanted to post on YouTube, upload and everything. Next step is trying to do some work on, like, choose certain thumbnails for certain streams. After that, it would be, trying to, update my streams playlist. And then trying to figure out, like, which ones are, kind of like partially blocked or something that's, because that's beyond, so it's copyrighted, but it's still available for everyone to see. So, there's that. But another thing I wanted to also kind of mention is I do have some stream highlights, stuff that I saved as like, like certain moments from different streams, and everything. I have some video slash stream highlights of things that I've saved, on my Twitch channel. I download those little videos in particular, on my computer, and I'm probably gonna be uploading them, at some point in time to the YouTube channel. I am so sorry about that, guys. But like I said, my throat's kind of a little bit iffy. but yeah, like I have like certain stream highlights that I made, like certain in like little videos that I had saved that I'm gonna be trying to upload to YouTube as well, and I'm gonna try to go from there. Um, Now, if everything goes well, I'm probably going to be doing a bit of a thing to where I'm still going to probably try to upload a bit of stuff to the channel here and there, but it might be like a possible morning, noon, and night sort of situation. To where it's like, I upload sometime in the morning time on my end, and then I'll probably like wait until like sometime in the afternoon, you know, to upload another thing, and then sometime probably at night, um, you know, I might upload another thing. I might upload another little thing as well. So I kind of just wanted to. So I kind of want just to let you guys know that there's going to be some more content, and stuff to that's coming to the channel and everything. But good news is that I am now I am at least under the 100-hour limit, for making highlights and stuff on Twitch. I've got everything pretty much that I wanted to do for from like 2023 and 4. I'm gonna be trying like look to see what stuff around that I have left for 2025. Try and upload them whenever I can. I'm probably gonna be doing some stuff on maybe like my off days or like times where I'm not really doing much in terms of like like a like activity or something like that. Because I usually sometimes have a lot of free time, and it's just like depending on if I want to really bother doing certain things or not. So yeah, but anyway, that's pretty much all I wanted to say. Without going into sound like a broken record. Um, so I hope you guys I hope you guys enjoy the all the streams and stuff that I've posted from the past, and then some. Like I said, I'm gonna be trying to work on all them little by little. See what I can do. See what I can do, and hopefully get everything caught up, and just hope for the best. But please go check. But yeah, please feel free to check out my my streams, and all other stuff. Feel free to give the videos stuff that you like. Leave a comment down below, and of course, feel free to give my YouTube channel a sub. And everything like that. So yeah. But until I see you guys in the next video or live stream, as always, take care, everybody, and I hope you all have a good week or weekend.